So watch this. I'm going to type in one sentence into GoHighLevel and it's going to build me an entire automation. Ready? I'm going to directly come in here. I'm going to hit our build with using AI right over here. And I'm going to basically come in here and I can dictate exactly what I want to do, right? Create a lead magnet workflow for my brand new lead magnet. I want you to call it 01.leadMagnet workflow. And what I want you to do is basically when somebody fills out my lead magnet form, I want you to give them a tag of new lead. And then once we give them a tag of new lead, I want you to be able to send them a direct email to deliver the lead magnet. Then what I want to do is wait one day, send another email, and then I want to send 3 other emails in a 4-day email sequence after they get my lead magnet. Go ahead and build this out for me. And just like that, form submitted trigger. Here's the applying the new tag, setting the first initial email, waiting a day, sending a follow-up email, waiting another day, a second, a third, and a fourth, just like I asked. And if I click on these individuals, they already have the tag of a new lead. If they go into the lead magnet, they already have something semi pre-written right here where I don't have to do anything. And then we have the wait, which is a standard wait. And then I'm going to have send follow-up and everything else. Boom. Full lead follow-up sequence, trigger, SMS, email, wait step tags, all from one line of text. That's the new workflow AI builder inside of GoHighLevel. And in this video, we're going to be building 4 real workflows together using nothing but plain English prompts, a lead follow-up, appointment reminders, lead qualifications, and review requests, all built with AI, all ready to go live. And if you're building GHL workflows manually, this is going to save you tons of hours. So come on inside and build along with us. All right, so let's jump right into it. What we're going to be doing is now we're going to be, 1, how do you activate it? And 2, you got to make sure you have it. Now, if you're an agency owner, this has to be a feature that you have to activate. If you're under somebody else's white label, this is a feature that you're going to have to ask them to put on. So first thing you got to do is you switch to agency view. Inside of agency view, you go to settings. Inside of settings, you go over to labs. And in labs, workflow AI builder, you got to make sure that you turn that on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that test account. So there's a couple things I recommend you going through. One is you're going to go to the left-hand side and you're going to create automations. If you're brand new to automations and don't know how to do automations, this is going to be the best cheat sheet possible. Once you have that activated, you will notice that you'll have this build with AI right here on the top right-hand side. Whenever you're building any kind of automations, it's just very smart to organize before you do. So first thing I'm going to do is create a folder. We're going to call this 01, and I like to number mine. I like to number mine in the order in which they're going to go through the customer journey. So if I'm working on lead magnets, they're usually 01. If I'm working on purchase, they're usually 02. And again, you can come up with your whatever convention you want, but just understand this is the way I do it. So I'm going to come over here 01 and I'm going to call AI Workflow Builder for this example. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create. In your case, you would do like appointment reminders for one of them, purchase reminders for another. It's really all up to you. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to my 01. So again, because this is our test folder, we have a lot of this. Here's our folder that we literally just created. And all I did was click right into it. Now here's where the magic starts. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go build with using AI. Now, the first one we did was the lead follow-up sequence. Let's build that again, because now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to fix certain things to ensure that we have the proper email and the proper tag or whatever it is that we want to do. So we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and dictate. I like to personally dictate things and not write them, but you have a choice to do either or. Perfect. Now this is created. Now let's go in and adjust. I'm going to come in here first and I'm going to adjust the title. I want a little period there, and I have lead magnet workflow. I'm going to say lead magnet delivery and follow-up. Once I have that, I'm going to go to the form here. And even though it said lead form submitted, I still have to pick the actual form because it doesn't know which one out of my forms it would want to do that. So I would go in and the form is, and I would come over here and I would say form is, we're just going to say lead magnet form. There's got to be one in here. So I'm just going to type it. There he goes. Lead magnet free checklist, whatever it was. I'm going to hit save trigger. Now, if lead magnet request, I don't like that. I'm just going to put the new lead one that we created. So I can come in here and adjust it, click on the new lead, hit save, and then come in here and adjust the emails. I definitely want to put the from name and I want to put the from email. And we can go ahead and do that for all of them because I want to make sure that they're coming in. Subject line, the requested lead magnet is here. Obviously, I would say, here is your checklist. All right. And then I would have hello contact name. Thank you for your interest. I would go ahead and modify this. Now, this link here is a fake link. It has custom values lead magnet link. Don't know whether or not this is a custom value. It would actually be pretty cool if it created one. So we're going to go check real quick. If it did, that is pretty awesome. Then that means that I would just have to put the link inside my custom value. So I'm going to pop out of the automations. All I did was open up another tab. I'm going to go ahead and pop out the automation from here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to settings. I'm going to go over to custom values. Inside of custom values, I'm going to actually see if it created that, because that would be really cool if it did. If not, it's the best faker ever. Let's see lead magnet anywhere. Yep, so it didn't actually create a lead magnet, which is what I figured. So obviously this is not a real link. So I would put in here HTTPS and a link probably to my Google Drive for this particular lead magnet. And I'm just going to put Google for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And that's how I would deliver it. Then same thing with the follow-up email. It says, hope you had a chance to review the lead magnet. We again would revise this. User calendar link. I wouldn't do that. I would actually use whatever the calendar link is. And all I'm doing is replacing links and the wording in here to make this, viable. I would put calendarlink.com. Again, I would just put my own in there. And then user email and user signature, I can do that. Or I just can come in here and Nuno Tavares, and then I'm done, right? And then I would do that for all the other emails. Again, I don't want to go into vast detail, but this is exactly how you would do, right? And then I come in here, hit save. And now in the folder, no matter what though, if I go back into that folder, I would have, so for some odd reason, it didn't save it in the folder. It actually, when I went into the most recent list in the workflows, it wasn't there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to move to the folder, and we're looking for our 01 folder, AI Workflow Builder, and I'm going to move it in there. Kind of weird that it didn't, but we'll just go with it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my workflow list. Okay. And I'm just going to hit marketing and then go back to automation. And I'm going to go try back into my folder again. And hopefully this time they'll create it in there. If not, I'll just move it again. Not a big deal. Okay, we want to interrupt this video for a quick little minute to just let you know that I hope you're enjoying this video. We want to thank you for being here, but more importantly, we are hoping that this content helps you do whatever you're trying to do inside of HighLevel. We also want to let you know that you have options to get additional help. We offer a $197 a month VIP coaching program that includes 4 days of office hours, first come, first serve with Andy or myself, where we go in and we answer any of your questions that you might have live with a group setting for other people that are also working in HighLevel. We also have a VIP group where we answer questions directly one-on-one with anybody posting in that group to give you the absolute best support. It also comes with a bunch of other features, including our funnel brick system, our little mini course, and more importantly, a couple guides that'll help you through this, and also including our SOP library that we use for pretty much everything inside of our agency. So thank you for this quick little minute, but more importantly, go back to the video, get whatever you need, and if you have any questions that we can answer inside the video, just drop a comment on the video and we'll make sure to answer whenever we get a chance. And now back to the show. All right, so that was the first one. The next one is going to be appointment reminders and a no-show recovery. I'm actually going to do these two separately, so then we can go ahead and formulate and build our own. Again, build with AI, going to come directly in here and I'm going to speak it. I want you to create an appointment reminder sequence, make it 2 days appointment reminders before the actual appointment. And I want you to label it 02 appointment reminders for new leads. And also I want to make sure that you're using appointment status as the trigger on a confirmed appointment instead of using customer booked appointment. Now, I was pretty specific in there just because I know automations, and this is the way I like to do that particular automation, but let's go ahead and see how it works. All right, so a couple things have gone on here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, and in the filters, the event type is normal, and then I'm just gonna come over here to the status, appointment status is confirmed. All right, and then here it has 24 hours before. I wanted a 2 day. So what I'm going to just do is send the initial appointment reminder. I'm going to also add a wait, or let me see if I can do it. What I can do is I can come over here. Let me go point, create a wait of 1 day before and another email because I want to do, or actually, I'm sorry, 2 days before. And I want to do another email 2 days before. Let's see how it figures it out. If it can do it, if not, we're going to go in and just adjust it a little bit. Beautiful. It went ahead and when it did that, right? So it added the first initial confirmation and now it did. Well, obviously this is wrong. It's supposed to be 48 hours, but again, this is why you check, but that's okay. It still served me from doing it. And the time delay, you see it's wait. It's not a wait. So these are a little bit wrong. What we would have to do is the event appointment date and time. It'll be 48 hours. Okay. And then send reminder email. Your appointment is in 2 days. Awesome. Everything else is pretty good, standardized, no big deal. And then wait 24 hours. See, time delays are a little off. I don't know why that is. But appointment time, again, this will be 24 hours or 1 day. Send. Awesome. It added a text reminder and an email. I'm going to use the point again here. Please create an email for the 1 day before appointment. All right, and there you go. It added the email right in here for the appointment reminder, your upcoming appointment. Here you go. And it's all there. What I really do like is that it has these custom values that already adds in. These are standard that we all can put in. And this one would be very interesting if it did this right. Yeah, this is the official appointment cancellation link and rescheduling link that's provided. So pretty cool that that's there. So it did this all on its own, which is pretty neat. And then you have, again, the send final appointment. Again, I just always want to make sure that the timelines and everything else is fixed. So it still requires you to go in and do a little bit of this configuration, but it's important for you to understand that this is something you would want to do on a consistent basis, because even though you're using AI to write it, you want to make sure it does it. Now let's get into a little bit more of a complex one. So, and also note that they are coming outside the folder. So no matter what I do, I come out of the workflow, I go to recent, and then I place it in the folder. Because it's for some odd reason not putting into the folder. I'll make sure I bring this up to the developers, but just something that to be aware of, so then you don't have all these things all over the place and disorganized. All right, so now let's go ahead. I'll just actually do it in here because I have the recent clicked on, and I'll build another one. Now what we're gonna do is, let's see if we can get this thing to use conditional logic. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask for a qualifier whenever they fill out a survey. And it'll have a qualifying question of money. And if the person has money, they'll be qualified to, get a call and so forth and so on. But let's go ahead and see if we can build this out. So let's speak it out. I want you to create a workflow. We're going to call it 03.lead qualification. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a workflow that when somebody fills out a survey, and during the survey, if they fill out a question in particular that says they did not have any money, I want the qualified people that have money to go into a workflow to ask them to make the appointment. And I want the people that are not qualified that said that they don't have money on this question to then go down the path of getting a free YouTube delivery, like getting a free lead magnet of sorts. Now, obviously, I'll have to clean that up because my dictation was a little off there. All right, that's fairly quick. So same thing. I'm going to come over here and just fix this. I don't like the wording altogether. So lead qualification, right? Maybe put a capital L on there, a little space in between the dot. Again, that's more being particular. Survey, I would have to have a survey that would be the one that we're talking about. So survey is, and we would just pick like, I don't know, webinar registration survey. We hit save action, and then survey submission. We don't necessarily need to do this part. So I don't know why they have that, because you don't need to create a contact. This is saying survey submission, email, test example. No need to do any of that because that automatically does update the contact. Now, the evaluating question, this is the effect. So it has it on intent type, respond messages. So it kind of went very broad. Check if the user has money. This will be a question. So what I'm going to do is erase all this and erase the replied message. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and it will be contact details. I would look for the particular question that would be, for now, let's just say, do you like puppies? If they say yes, they would be a qualified lead. If they didn't, it would be the none, and they would offer the free lead magnet, right? So it goes to the lead qualification. Again, don't need any of this. It got a little confused, but what's crazy about it is it did give me almost everything, but didn't really do the proper thing. But again, this is an advanced one because this is something that it would be very hard for people to create on their own. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take this part out and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to basically move this action and I'm going to put it right here, because all I wanted to do was, if they are qualified and let's say they they have money or whatever, go ahead and schedule your appointment today. And it would be why this is a great fit for you and everything else. Remember, this custom value is probably going to be off. It's using the calendar link. I would actually put my calendar link in there and just say, link to calendar, whatever it is. But that's how I would do it. A little bit harder, obviously, for the AI to figure that out, but not for nothing. I didn't have to write or build all this out. So it did it on my behalf, which is pretty darn cool. So I'm going to go ahead and save action. And if I wanted to wait another day, I can hit wait 1 day and then possibly send another email out. And then if I wanted to create another email, and I can just say, come in here again, use this point and edit, click on the actual node and say, create an email that I would send out that would be asking people to make an appointment because they are qualified after their survey. All right, we're going to let that run and then we're going to make that adjustment right away. All right, and look at that, qualified lead, fantastic. We would just go in there and modify, but I like the fact that it gives us already, the names, like the custom fields in here and all that. Obviously, always check and make sure that they're accurate, and you would go in here and rewrite the email and you would put the from name and the from email. Now that that's all said and done, I would literally hit publish. I'd be ready to rock and roll. And now let's go quickly into our fourth. Again, same thing. Remember, it didn't put it into a folder. So I'm just going to come over here, go to recent, go to the lead qualification one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to a folder. And again, it's going to be our 01 workflow builder. And I'm going to move it directly in here. Okay, cool. Now let's build one more. We're going to build an AI review. We're basically going to have AI rewrite a review generation one. It's basically asking for a review after they get a tag, right? Create a review automation. I want you to name it 04.review request, where we're going to ask people for a Google review after they get a particular tag. So the tag will be added. Then we will send an email and a text message asking them to leave us a review. All right, we're going to let that cook by sending it through. All right, so again, same thing up here. Just need to move this a little bit. Come in here. And then tag specific, we would pick the Google review, right? So come in here, contest reviews or something, or you could just make your own. So I'll type in the word review request. Okay, we're going to add that new tag. That trigger is now saved. Sends one by email, which would be cool. Leave a Google review. This will probably be the link. All right, that's actually pretty good. Company name. It'll probably be very close to that. And then what I can also do is, if I didn't want to do it this way, it didn't know that it had the send review option. So if you type in review here on the search, you can send a review request, but you're going to have to set up that whole part in order for it to do that. But this way is another way to do it. But there you go. There's a Google review request, a draft response with a text message. And there you have it. So let's recap a little bit, right? So the first one we did was a lead magnet and the deliverability of a follow-up afterwards. We did one where we were actually going in and doing the appointment reminders. We did another with a review request. And we also did one with a little bit of a logic of whether or not there would be a qualified lead. So all that goes to show you that anybody now can create these workflows and it doesn't have to be complex. So I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you in the next one.